Needs to clean as well, doesn't it?
Does. Right. Episode number 25. I'm a little bit behind on the editing in a minute, so I don't know exactly what episode it is. I'm sure it's number 25. If not, I look like an idiot. It's Tuesday.
I think so.
Yesterday was a write-off. We got back at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then me and Chels shot home from Dad's. Got the trailer off the van. Me and Chels shot home, went to sleep, and we woke up about 1:30. And then I cracked on getting the Tebbz weekly out from the previous week, which I was late with, and then getting the Eastbourne video out today. And yesterday, Dad went to work, so we all got the trailer off, and then Dad shot in his car and went straight to work. Fair play to him. Yeah, I had a day off. Day needed with rest. Today is just one of them days. We unloaded the van. Car's now in the garage. This is the next car I will be racing now, which is Aldershot on the 6th of August on Sunday. Today's Tuesday. We was planning to, and I've booked in, I'm on the booking list for Kings Lynn on Saturday, but if I was to, and the Corsa C is meant to be rented on Saturday and Sunday at Kings Lynn, then Aldershot, but we are not going to have the time to get 3 cars ready, so I'm going to have to bail out on at least one of the rentals, which I do apologise for. It's just, say we raced at Eastbourne on Wednesday and then went to Ireland, done 2 meetings, another 6 races in the same car, and she's come home a bit poorly. We had a good weekend, by the way. If you haven't seen the videos already, click here to go watch them videos. We had a really good weekend in Ireland, and thank you very much to the McCanns. That's Paul, Pauline, Jamie and Jordan Slops for sorting us out with accommodation and everything else they sorted us out with that weekend. Me and Dad really appreciate it. Thank you very much, McCanns. Lovely people. But yeah, so I'm going to have to bail out on the Kings Lynn on the Saturday, unfortunately. I'd love to do it because we're up there in their points as well. But it's just not doable. We can't get 3 cars ready. Not in the states that some of them are in. So plan is now, it's just going to go to Aldershot on the Sunday, which gives us free time on the Saturday, all day, to work on the Adam and the Corsa for the Sunday. Anyway, me and Dad today unloaded the car, just made a checklist now. A checklist? A to-do list.
To-do list.
Not a checklist. A long to-do list on this Adam. Try and smash this out as quick as we can, and then we've got to get the Corsa in at some point this week and get that ready as well after its damage at Mildenhall a few weeks ago. So today's one of them days. Time's 10 to 9 now, and that's it for Tuesday. See you tomorrow. It's Wednesday. We just got to Dad's. It's 4 o'clock. Finished work a bit earlier today because it is hammering it down. And how horrible is that? And depressing. I don't even want to get out of the van. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the car up on axle stands on all 4 sides, and then probably make a start tackling that front bumper. This will include fixing any snap bars that we've done, any crack welds. As you can see there, the engine mount's actually cracked as well, and then this whole front corner here is all squashed in and the rubbing iron's squashed completely. So that is the front bumper repaired and the rear wheel guard. The front corner I would normally cut off and put a whole new one back on, but very, very shortly, this was probably the last meeting for the Wadham, and then it's going on a holiday for a bit of a makeover. So there's no point putting too much effort into it, getting it all nice and brand new and looking good when it's got 3 races left. So I've patched it up as good as it needs, ready for an Aldershot anyway, as long as 40 cars don't turn up. And Dad is, I think he's going to compression test the engine now, but I'm going to shoot home anyway and try and get a decent night's sleep. See you tomorrow. Thursday, 6:20. I'm going to focus today on changing the gearing. It's just a cluster change. Dad's just putting a few bolts in the engine that have fallen out just through the sheer crashing and bashing around. And then we're going to have a look at the setup, get that sorted, have a look in the book as usual, make sure we've got the right setup on for all the shop. And then we're going to have to play about moving these cars about to make sure we have room tomorrow for when Dad brings the Corsa back in, because that is going out Sunday as well. And then we've got quite a bit to do on that, so as long as we get these few jobs done today, and that gives us a good start for tomorrow anyway. Shout out to Mum for washing me racing gear after a wet day at Eastbourne, and it was dripping wet for the Saturday in Ireland, and then I hung it up to dry luckily, and it was dry for Sunday, and then it rained again, so it was stunk and was soaking. So cheers Mum. So for the pads we use for our setup, we don't have no fancy aluminium ones, no fancy whatever ones people are using. Garage mats. Good old garage mat. So gearing's done, so we're just changing the setup now. It's usual stuff, the two outside spring heights and spring poundages that we change. So we haven't got to put it on scales again because we've got the written down in the book. We've got the right size spring, the poundage of the spring, and the how many packers we've got in each side. That is the setup done. But our next problem before this car comes out of this garage is this engine mount that has snapped slightly. So I've just tried to clean it with a brush on the end of the drill, but it's going to be a nightmare getting that welder in there, and it's cracked down the side and on the bottom as well. So I'm just going to try weld that up quickly. As I say, this is probably going to be its last meeting for a little while, so got to get out there, get it to finish all 3 races this time, and then you can have a little break, baby. You can have a little break. So that is the Civic out the way. Trailer is on the stones. So now tomorrow, when Dad brings the Corsa back, we've got the driveway free now. The WADM is pretty much done. I mean, there's a lot more that we probably could do and a lot more checks that we could do, but we haven't got the time this week. Aldershot's not really a massive hitting track, or doesn't take too much out on the cars, he says. But it's stock car racing, so probably end up getting followed in and rolling it 4 times. But yeah, so that sets us up now for Friday and Saturday to get the Corsa done. It's a long week.
Be out here in the morning anyway.
Yeah.
I'll cut the bits out of here.
What makes you start on that seat straight away?
Yeah.
Right, cool.
Get the seat done.
Yeah.
The rest, really metal work needs doing on that corner as well.
Yep. Right, it's 9:30. Course is in the garage. Wadham's on the trailer, ready to go. I've also, while I've got my big van here, I've done another scrap run as well. It's all the scrap that's sitting outside Dad's, so I've now put in my van to get rid of. Stop him moaning. Say not too much done today, but it's just one of them days. Had to do a few bits and bobs that just need doing. So Dad'll be out here first thing tomorrow morning. I may or may not come here really early, or I don't know yet. I might just make a start on this Tebbz Weekly. Friday, over and out.
Rather than raise that back bit.
Yeah.
We can't have it too high. We couldn't use those top two holes because they're the top of the seat on the roll cage.
So what me and Dad are referring to here is the adjustable seat bracket that Dad is making. So any driver that jumps in the car, we can move the seat forward and backwards to suit them.
I'll just take them off and cut them.
Yeah.
But a couple of hours work and that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I'll get in there and scope them out.
Saturday. Dad's been out here cracking on as usual, so he doesn't need my help at this moment in time. It's just a lot more thinking rather than getting stuck into it. So while he's doing that, I'm going to cut this front bumper off, not all of it but the bits I need to. So I've got to get the plasma out and make a start repairing it. Right, so this is what Dad's come up with here. He's put these two brackets in. These cross members are already in there from the previous seat mount. He's put these in both sides, bits of angle iron which are tacked in now, and just took the seat out and they're ready to weld in. And then we've got nuts underneath which are welded on there, so we haven't got to put around under there and do the nut up when we move the seat about. So that's on all four. There's 8 bolts there altogether. And then once that's all in, I've just got to weld it in now, put the seat in, and then we've just got a couple of brackets behind it to go in. And then that seat, other than them brackets, obviously, once we get the seat where we want it for the person who's driving it, then the brackets will go in and it's fully adjustable then. Which means tall people, or normal sized people.
Like me?
No,
Oh.
no. Normal sized people can actually drive our cars then and not be cramped up. So it's taken the best part of the day, but it's being done properly.
My next one, you're killing me in there.
Neck.
What's that?
Too many hits.
You got an injury from last week.
A little bit. Right. It's 9:30, Saturday night. One sleep till race day. And we've just managed to get the Corsa finished. So that is the front bumper all repaired. And it weren't just the front bumper, we had the cross member in front of it as well that I had to do. And what I was saying in the other day, I believe it was, as to why that cross member went in, it's because these bars here, these uprights, they split. And when Dad used to do the bumpers, he used to always do this, which is just cut a little L shape in, and that stops them being able to push through. But I haven't done them in a good few years, and it bit us in the arse really. I'll just show you again, hang on. Because this is our crumple zone, but this bit here, when Gary went in, it split off and it crushed into this bar. This bit did. So this bumper was still sound. So that's a lesson learned. From now on, they'll all be getting done like that. While I was doing that, Dad had a full day shift on getting that seat fully adjustable, but he's done it. And now, hopefully, we'll never have to do that ever again.
Yeah.
It's a painful, and it's just tinkering with it the whole time, making sure it's perfect. Otherwise, your bolt holes won't line up. But we got that done. Bottom arm had to make one, so we could give Dad and Chels brands bottom arm back tomorrow. And we was meant to be racing Kings Lynn this weekend, today, and thank God that we didn't, because if anyone's seen any videos of it, you know why. It just rained all day, so it was probably a blessing in disguise that we didn't go.
Mud pool.
Yeah, absolute mud bath. So, but we've now got the Wadham loaded up, and then an early start tomorrow, about 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to try and get for Dad's, and then we've got to load up. The garage is a bit of a mess as well, where we've just been flat out today working. But anyway, hopefully we have good day's racing tomorrow. Hopefully whoever's hiring this car has a good day's racing tomorrow. Hopefully no damage, but stock car racing we will see. And that is the end of the episode. If you do enjoy these, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.